Good evening, everyone. Hopefully you had a good Shabbat. Today, at the morning of Israel, Operation Royal Lion started, a cooperation war between the U.S. and Israel, preventing new situation in the Middle East, and creating a platform for a huge historic change within the Middle East. We are honored to have with us insight from Israel, with us Major Liad, the head of the IDF Diplomacy Office within the IDF Spokesperson. And I'll start with hearing from Israel. What's going on there? Liad, can you share with us?
Yes, of course. Thank you for having me, and good evening from Tel Aviv. Earlier today, the Israel Defense Force, in close strategic coordination with the United States military, has launched Operation Roaring Lion. This is an unprecedented, coordinated, integrated, and significant operation in both scope and intensity. The objective of this joint operation is the systematic neutralization of Iranian strategic threats directed at the state of Israel and regional stability. The Iranian regime's hostility is well documented for decades. It has publicly advocated for the destruction of both Israel and the United States. As of this morning, the Air Force has commenced precision strikes against key assets to dismantle the regime's offensive capabilities. We are acting now to preempt an imminent threat. Intelligence indicators confirmed that Iran has significantly accelerated the development and operationalization of its nuclear weapons program, intended for use against Israel, the U.S., and the Western interests. Our forces have successfully neutralized a significant portion of Iran's ballistic missiles arsenal. Beyond the nuclear threat, we are addressing the Iranian proxy strategy. Over the past year, Tehran has diverted vast resources to fund terrorist affiliates, most notably Hezbollah in Lebanon, to destabilize our borders. The senior security leadership of the Iranian terror regime has been eliminated. To ensure readiness across all fronts, the IDF has issued emergency call-up orders to 80,000 reservists. Our forces are currently deployed in a defensive posture along all our borders to mitigate any retaliatory scenarios. The Chief of the General Staff is currently conducting a continuous situational assessment to oversee the evolution of the campaign. We emphasize that our operations are directed strictly to the Iranian regime and its military infrastructure, not the Iranian people. The IDF spokesperson has issued urgent evacuation warnings to the Iranian civilian population, advising them to distance themselves from military installations and strategic sites. Back to you, Nadav.
Do we know about any, familiar name that's been assassinated at the very opening of the operation? We cannot share it right now formally.
Formally, I cannot address at this time to the name you're thinking of. I haven't still gotten verification that it is true. We are waiting for the authorities to alert us regarding that. So at this time, I cannot address to that question.
And do we have any idea how long this operation will continue? Is it kind of a 12-day work equivalent to the one we had before against Iran, or it's going to take longer? What is the belief and the plan right now in the IDF?
Well, as I stated beforehand or earlier in this conversation, we are prepared to do whatever it takes to make sure that we eliminate any threat that poses from Iran. We've seen them trying to build or rebuild force right after the different operations that we've conducted in the past year. And together with, in conjunction with the U.S., we are performing it right now as we speak. We literally have aircrafts and forces over Iran.
By the way, speaking about the pilot flying over Iran, as we understand, it was the biggest air maneuver that the Air Force of Israel launched since the creation of our Air Force in 1948. Is it true?
The IAF salvo this morning was spectacular. The largest one, with more than 180 aircraft in air, striking the different terror infrastructures that the regime has, and it's just amazing to see the men and women of the Air Force and, of course, all the IDF come together for this mission.
Amazing. We know that the Iranian built over the years kind of net of proxies surrounding Israel. I'm speaking about Hezbollah in Lebanon, the Shia militia in Iraq, the Houthis in Yemen. Do we have any idea if either one of them already took action within the war or planning to? What's the situation right now with the proxies?
So Iran for years has been nurturing, building these fire rings around Israel with, of course, Hezbollah and others. And what we're doing right now is, first of all, we're focused on Iran. That is our main mission. But therefore, we've invited or we've ordered the 80,000 reservists to come and join, to come and be here on the borders, because we want to be prepared for anything that can happen. And we want to make sure that it doesn't happen. So we're standing strong when it comes to the borders.
Got you. We spoke before about the preparation in Israel. I'm speaking about the Home Front Command and resiliency of people in Israel. Do we have any idea how many missiles and drones been launched toward Israel? Is there any hit casualties right now since the start of this operation early this morning?
So since this morning, we have hundreds of missiles that were fired towards Israel, together with all kinds of UAVs. Very minimized people that were injured on their way to safety to get into shelter. The Israeli people are amazing. They are listening to the Home Front Command instructions, and we know that these instructions save lives. And as long as we work together with the public and we do it exactly what the Home Front Command will tell us to do, then everything will be okay. And they're amazing, amazing. The people in Israel are just amazing. You see the unity of everybody, and especially when it comes in the midst of this operation.
As far as we can follow what happened in Israel this all over the day, by the way, it's a bit different than what we faced in the 12-day war. If in the 12-day wars we had barrage after barrage of 100 or even more missiles, and in this case, sorry, of this operation, we have like a small amount of missile every few minutes or hours, which actually force the majority of the people of Israel to be in shelter most of the day. Is Israel prepared to support them? Is the Home Front Command and the police are planning to support them? As we saw on TV, young people that plan to spend the night in a railway station, in parking lot and such. So what's the plan for the days to come?
Well, the Home Front Command is aware and is prepared to assist whoever needs assistance, but mostly the preparation was in the cities itself and the different communities. So each community knows what to do and how to do it. And of course, we're supporting them with anything needed. But the number of missiles that were fired towards Israel today, well, at the beginning, we spoke about that salvo, the Air Force salvo that started with the U.S. to strike those very first launchers. They did a tremendous job that really, really helped to downgrade the capabilities of them firing. And we'll see as this goes on and moves forward. We want to make sure that they cannot fire at all. So we're working tirelessly. The IAF is doing a tremendous job with our allies in order to facilitate that and to make sure that it doesn't happen.
Yeah. As far as we learned from the 12-day war, and as far as I, follow what's happened in Israel and in Iran, by the way, since the start of this operation, we can see two things that are different. First of all, it took us a lot faster to get air superiority at the west side of Iran, and therefore we pushed the launcher toward the center of Iran, and that reduced dramatically the amount of launching toward Israel. That's one thing. And the other thing that, quite stupidly, I would say, the Iranian attacking all over the Middle East, in Bahrain, in Kuwait, at the Emirates, in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, beside to those attacking in Israel. So they are spread their forces in a way that reduce the amount of every barrage toward Israel as well. I would say another few things, and I've got a few questions to you, Major Liad, if I may. First of
Please, sir.
all, I want to say something about a surprise. It's quite amazing that after all the preparation, after two huge flags been launched in the Middle East, we've been able to, the IDF and the American forces were able to reach a surprise preemptive attack toward Iran. I would say that there is two kinds of surprise. There is strategic surprise, which is a basic surprise. And you face something you never expected. And operational surprise, that's what happened here, that everybody saw the forces, all the preparation, but the way the forces picked the day in the light during the morning and not during the night, in situation that the Iranians thought that they have another few days to negotiate, that was a huge, huge surprise. I would say another thing that are significantly important. I think that at the very first attack, the elimination of the chain of leadership and command, at the very first few minutes of this operation, reduced dramatically the ability of the Iranian to make the right decisions. And we can see it from the beginning of the operation. So yes, we are facing barrage after barrage of launching missiles. Those are orders that the forces got before. The real test is going to be the next few days. So I offer you to define between the launching of rocket and missiles and the understanding about the level of control and command of the leadership and the command within Iran. I would also like to add that this war is totally asymmetric. I mean, if Israel could enrich full control over Iran at the 12th days war, now we have a superpower with us. Double amount of airplane that flying over Iran, double amount of air defender and so far and so on. And there is asymmetric from that perspective. But there is also a different asymmetric that I would like to elaborate about a bit. There is asymmetric in value. While Israel attacking Iran, they define between the people of Iran and the evil regime of Iran. So you can see the movie, at a video that released from Iran, that while Israel attacking within the cities, people walk the street, knowing that nothing gonna happen to them, knowing that those attacks are very, very accurate. The IDF and the American forces are pinpoint surgical picking of target within the cities and around the city bases, while the Iranian at the other side launched barrage after barrage to the center and the main cities. We could see it all over the Middle East, in Dubai and Abu Dhabi, in Kuwait and in Israel. Nevertheless, they're using a warhead that definitely are not the kind of warhead that support the idea of being picky or being very accurate. When you're using split warhead or cholesterol warhead, that means that you send a lot of bombs all over the city and you're not necessarily military target like the Ethiopian. And that takes us to the PR thing, which we as Americans have to be very careful with. You could see from the very beginning that the way the Iranian launch or lead the strategic PR is try to define or create crack between the U.S. and Israel. Speaking to the American people saying, hey, this is not your war. You're fighting the war of the wrong party in Israel. You're fighting the war of the Zionists. Americans risk the life of American soldier only for the Zionists that live in Israel and so far and so on. While everybody know, and you, the supporter of FIDF, definitely know that superpower cannot exist without controlling their control all over the globe. The US cannot be a superpower without ensuring their route to Asia and the Middle East is the heart that stands between Asia and Western Europe and the US. And this part of the world is significantly important for the strategy of the US. Not to mention that nuclear Iran is definitely unstabilized the whole globe, and the responsibility that US take here as a superpower is the same kind of responsibility that the US took all over the years, while other superpower are hiding within their shelter. The US again and again and again take the responsibility and defend the world from radical terror, radical regime, and definitely radical regime with nuclear capability are source of instability.
Nadav, I'm sorry, I'm going to stop you for a moment. We've just got an alert. The rockets are on their way to where I'm standing. So I just want to leave you with one more note before I have to finish up. I'm terribly sorry, but I
Go
just
ahead.
want to, as we stand here at this critical turning point in our history, I want to leave you with a message of profound hope. The name of this operation, Roaring Lion, is not just a call to battle. It is a reminder of the spirit of our people. We are not standing alone, for today the world sees the true depth of the Israel Strategic Alliance, the Israel-U.S. Strategic Alliance. This isn't just about shared intelligence or advanced munitions. This is brotherhood of values. Our pilots are flying with the knowledge that the greatest superpower on earth stands shoulder to shoulder with us, ensuring that the lion's roar is heard. Every tyrant who dreams of our destruction. This partnership is an iron wall that protects the future of the free world. To our brothers and sisters of the FIDF, I want to thank you very, very much for your support. It is the wind beneath those wings and beneath those 80,000 reservists who have left their homes today. When a soldier knows that the Jewish world and our American allies are standing guard behind them, they fight with a heart that cannot be broken. We are acting today so that our children can sleep in peace tomorrow. We are dismantling the architecture of terror to build foundation of security. Together, with the strength of the IDF, the unwavering hand of the United States, and your enduring spirit, we will prevail. Nadav, as my former commander, thank you so much for having me. Am Yisrael Chai. I'm going to go into the shelter, but I promise you I will be back whenever you call me.
Liad, thank you so very much. Run to the shelters. Be
I
safe.
am.
Take all the soldiers around you with you. Am Yisrael Chai. Thank you. Now that I don't have officer with uniform with me, I would say that. As far as I know, from my sources, the head of the snake is no longer with us. Thank God. The same leader that speaks about destroying Israel for the last 3 decades and organized this net of proxies to try to destroy Israel, been destroyed. So the opening strike of the Israeli Air Force definitely did a job and create amazing opportunity for the people of Iran to take responsibility and have a better life. I would say 2 more things and then speak a bit about our journey as FIDF. The first thing I want to say that we just started, but definitely we are the strong side, and definitely so far we're winning. The best way to see it is by the declaration of the Ministry of International Affairs, Abbas Arkaji, again and again and again, that is offering to stop the war and open the discussion within the U.S. Again. When you are winning, when you are moving forward and achieving your goals, you're not asked to stop. While the U.S. and Israel have still work to do, and as far as we understand, tomorrow, somewhere at the early afternoon, Israel will be Israel and the U.S. will be in full control over the air of Iran, and that's air superiority will allow both the military to keep digging and taking off layer after layer after layer, from the chain of command to the nuclear facility. It's a question of priority and the needs of this operation. So we start with surprise, then to create air superiority. The US and Israel eliminate air defense capability, parallel to that, attacking the ballistic missile, and then reducing the amount of missile that attacking all over the Middle East. The American ally in the Middle East is Israel and others. And then we'll start, breaking the ability of the regime to control the people of Iran and allow the people of Iran to get out and take over. So the way that the operation will develop at the next day will be to start with creating air superiority, to eliminate the ability of the air defense system of the Iranian, parallel to that, to attack the ballistic missile and the drone to reduce the quantities of the barrage toward the Middle East and specifically Israel, and then to create or build a platform for the Iranian people to go back to the street and take the leadership by attacking the Basij and all those police forces of the Islamic Revolution Guard that murder and kill the people after the 12th day war. So it's going to take a while, between few days to few weeks. As you heard from the IDF, it will take as long as it's needed to achieve the goals. But we are ready, the US is ready, the people of Israel are ready, and we won't miss this historic situation to change the Middle East for good. Take this regime out of the Middle East, you open a light future for the Middle East, for most of the moderate Arab countries that looking for prosperity and to build themselves. That's a huge, huge message. Yes, there is a superpower that stand behind the word. There is a superpower that care about the stability, and there is superpower that will support you and be for you when it comes to creating better international platform based on mutual value and peace. And hopefully that's what we're going to achieve at the days, week to come. From the perspective of FIDF, you heard the IDF already called for 80,000 reservists on top on the 20,000 that already in service. So we'll have an extra amount of soldier to support the day of the night of the soldier of the IDF. Gonna be a huge, huge challengeable days. Not only the Air Force and the intelligence that focus on the operation in Iran, but also the battalion in Gaza, in Judea and Samaria, in Lebanon, in Syria, that trying to stabilize and keep all those 6 arena from getting into the war. So we started today an emergency campaign of the FIDF to support all those soldiers, and we're accelerating the president, the support we're providing the soldier at the field, at the headquarters, the pilot of the IDF, and the reservists of the intelligence that accelerate the amount of soldiers that spend the night within the headquarters of the intelligence. So I want to thank you all for your support. I'm sure that you're going to be us in this amazing journey to change the history of Israel and therefore the history of the Jewish people. Thank you, and Am Yisrael Chaim.